The SAT and the ACT will always test you on run-on sentences, so I'm going to show you how to fix a run-on. The first thing you need to know is that there are 4 ways to fix a run-on sentence. So if you only know one way to fix it, say divide it into 2 complete sentences, and that's not an option in the answer bank, then you're not going to know how to find the right answer. So let's go through and analyze how to work this out. Here's our run-on sentence, racing through the ball, Casey caught it. And it's 2 complete sentences that are stuck together. Most students, when they see this sentence, know that there's something wrong because it doesn't sound quite right. You can hear there's a pause in there with no punctuation to show the pause. And so what most students will do is throw a comma in between ball and Casey. Racing through the ball, comma, Casey caught it. But that's not correct. You can't use a comma to connect 2 complete sentences. It's just not strong enough. You need a stronger punctuation, like a period. Here we have racing through the ball, period, Casey caught it. You have a subject and verb in the first sentence, and you have a subject and verb in the second sentence. So this is your first option for how to fix a run-on. Now the second option does allow you to use a comma, but you've got to add something with it. If you're going to use a comma because you want the 2 sentences to still be one sentence and not separate, then you're going to have to add a conjunction to it. In this sentence I've added and, but you can have 7 options here. The fanboys, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Any of those 7 conjunctions can be used with the comma to connect the 2 complete sentences. You can remember it by the acronym, or you can just remember that they kind of rhyme. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. So far we have 2 ways to connect the run-on sentence, or to fix the run-on sentence. You have 2 complete sentences with a period between them. You have 2 complete sentences with a comma and a conjunction. And the third way is called subordination, where you take one part of the sentence and you subordinate it to the other part of the sentence, so you've only got one subject and verb. For example, when racing through the ball, Casey caught it. Or, racing through the ball while Casey caught it. Or, because racing through the ball, Casey caught it. Or, wherever racing through the ball, Casey caught it. Or, since racing through the ball, Casey caught it. Lots of different options here and variations on how you can combine the sentence. But you only have one subject and verb. Casey caught it is the subject and verb in the last sentence. And wherever racing through the ball is your phrase, the subordinated part of the sentence in that last sentence up there on the screen. So far we have 3 options. Divide them with a period and make it 2 complete sentences. Combine them but use a comma and a conjunction, or subordinate one part to the other. Now the third option is to keep the 2 complete sentences together but divide them with a semicolon, because a semicolon is strong enough to connect 2 complete sentences. When you use a semicolon, you are also implying equality between the 2 parts, and there's got to be some kind of strong connection. You don't want to just combine 2 random sentences and connect them with a semicolon. They have to be along the same line of thought or strongly associated with each other in some way. So let's test what we just did. If this were a question or a sentence on the ACT or the SAT, the great mental connection between the 2 makes them a powerful duo. I wish they were as good in class. How would you fix it? You have 4 options. You could just put a period in there between duo and I. You could put a semicolon in there between duo and I. If you're going to use one of the other 2 options, let's say the conjunction with the comma, then you're going to have to decide which conjunction you want to use. The great mental connection between the 2 makes them a powerful duo, comma, but I wish they were as good in class, or something along that line. And then the other option is to subordinate one part to the other. Now here are some more examples to show how to combine sentences or how to fix a run-on. We may not feel like we are wealthy, but we are in the richest 8% of the world if we own a car. Now this sentence has a comma and a conjunction. The conjunction is but, and it's connecting two complete sentences. You see there's a check in front of the sentence? That means it's correct. But here's one that's not correct. Samantha went to the blueberry patch and picked 8 pounds of berries. Now, you see if you can figure out what's wrong with this sentence. There's a comma and there's a conjunction, but we only have one complete sentence. Samantha went to the blueberry patch. The second half, picked 8 pounds of berries, is a fragment. So you can't use a comma and a conjunction here. In order to fix it, you would have to put, and she picked 8 pounds of berries. Here's one that's correct. Samantha went to the blueberry patch. She picked 8 pounds of berries. This time, we have two complete sentences, and they are combined with a semicolon. Samantha went to the blueberry patch, and she threw up from eating so many berries. Here we also have two complete sentences. We've combined them with a comma and a conjunction. So this one is correct. Samantha went is your subject and verb in the first half. She threw up is subject and verb from the second half. This one's incorrect. Samantha went to the blueberry patch, semicolon, and she may die of overconsumption if somebody doesn't get her out. This one has an X in front of it, so you know it's wrong. Have you been able to figure out what's wrong with it? It's got a semicolon, and it's got a complete sentence, and it has a coordinating conjunction. So we're going to have to get rid of the conjunction and, or we need to turn the semicolon into a comma. Either one of those will fix it. And here's the last example. Samantha went to the blueberry patch, turning blue at this very moment. This one also has an X in front of it, so you know it's wrong. If you analyze it, you can see that we have a complete sentence. Samantha went to the blueberry patch, and we have a semicolon. But the second half is not a complete sentence. That's a phrase, turning blue at this very moment. So we can't combine those two with a semicolon.